Hello everyone, today we are doing the plus 1 political science final PYQ series number 3 of part B political theory. Chapter 11 political theory and introduction. First question, identify the importance of studying political theory. So what are the importance? To choose a preferred profession, to develop civil consciousness, to be aware of the political phenomenon, to know political concepts, to know about the state and government, very general thing, right? To know international politics and organization, to know the principles like liberty, equality, justice, to know the various political ideologies like democracy, socialism, secularism, to know various types of constitutions. Next, chapter 12, freedom. Explain the differences between negative liberty and positive liberty. So here you need to cover the definition, the core idea, then the key concept included in it and the importance of it, and finally the thinker who is propounded or who's related with this particular idea. So here the negative liberty, the definition, freedom from the external control or interferences. The core ideas focuses on the absence of constraint and external interference. The larger the area of non-interference, the greater the individual's freedom. And who is the person behind it? J.S. Mill argued for minimal restrictions. Then comes the positive liberty. Here the freedom to develop one's potential and capabilities, freedom to achieve one's goals. So here we are focusing on the conditions necessary for the personal development and self-governance. The conditions for the positive liberty includes adequate resources, education, opportunities for participation in decision making, absence of poverty or unemployment. So what thinkers attached with it? Rousseau, Marx, and Gandhi also supported the positive liberty. Second question, explain the harm principle. J.S. Mill gave the concept of harm principle in his book On Liberty. According to him, individual freedom is very important, but it should only be limited when a person's actions harm others. Based on this, Mill divided the human actions into two groups, one the self-regarding and the second the other-regarding actions. Self-regarding actions include those actions affect only the individual who performs them. They do not cause harm to other people or the people in the society. The state has no right to interfere in such actions. The individual is considered sovereign over their own body and mind. Secondly, other regarding actions. Those actions affect other people or society directly. They cause harm or have the potential to harm others. In such cases, the state can interfere and apply positive restrictions. The state should prevent people from doing actions that are harmful for the society. For example, the physical violence, creating public disorder, theft kind of activities. Chapter 13, equality. What is equality? Identify three dimensions of equality. So here the question consists of two parts. One is equality and the second one the dimensions of equality. Equality means the state of being equal, especially in terms of status, rights and opportunities. It is the idea that all people are treated the same without discrimination based on caste, gender, religion, race or wealth. So there is no kind of discrimination. While we are covering the dimensions, we have to focus on the definition, the core principle and challenges. So the first dimension, the political equality. The definition of it, equal political rights for all citizens, such as the right to vote, freedom of expression, freedom of movement, and the right to contest elections and hold public offices. The core principle is equality before the law, where all political rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. The challenges include, despite the equal rights, inequalities may exist due to differences in resources and opportunities. The political equality alone is not enough for a just society. Then comes the idea of other dimensions. Social equality ensures equal status for all members of the society, with no special privileges based on the caste, religion, race or wealth. So this equality of opportunity, giving everyone a fair chance to develop their abilities. The conditions for social equality includes minimizing social and economic inequalities. That means ensuring the basic life conditions like health care, education, and fair wages for all. The challenges include the social inequalities persist, especially for women and marginalized communities in our society. So, the legal rights and opportunities should be guaranteed to ensure equality. Next, the economic equality. So, here it means the fair distribution of wealth, property, and income, aiming to alleviate poverty. So, the basic needs should be met for all, and economic resources should not be concentrated in a few hands. But the challenges include absolute economic equality is impossible, almost impossible. So, but equal opportunities can help improve the individual's social positions. So, these deep-rooted inequalities make it harder to achieve an egalitarian society. Second question, write 3 measures for promoting equality. First, establish formal equality, equality before law, abolishing the systems of inequality and privileges. Secondly, equality through differential treatment, providing special treatment for disadvantaged groups to ensure equal opportunities. Third, equality through affirmative action, positive discrimination, taking measures like reservations in education and jobs to address historical disadvantages. Third question, short note on feminism and socialism. First one, feminism is the belief in equal rights for women in all areas of life. It fights against the gender discrimination. Gender is a social differentiation, so that's why we need to end it. It aims to end patriarchy, ensuring the women get equal opportunities and freedom. Second, socialism. Socialism focuses on reducing economic inequality by promoting fair distribution of wealth. It supports collective ownership and state control of resources to ensure social and economic justice for all. Chapter 14, Social Justice. First question, briefly explain John Rawls' theory of justice. It includes Rawls believed that justice means fairness. A just society gives everyone equal rights and fair opportunities. Secondly, we have to focus on the main concept that is given by Rawls, the veil of ignorance. Rawls proposed that people should imagine themselves behind a veil of ignorance where they don't know if they will be rich or poor, strong or weak in society. In this situation, people would make fair rules to benefit everyone, especially the weakest sections. Thirdly, 2 principles given by John Rawls. First principle, everyone should have equal basic liberties like freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And second principle, there should be equality of opportunities and support for the disadvantaged through fair distribution of resources. Finally, the goal, to create a society where decisions are made fairly, protecting both the privileged and underprivileged. Second question, a short note on free market concept. Free market is an economic system where private individuals control both production and prices without government interference. Here the prices are decided by demand and supply. The focus will be on profit making and competition. It leads to efficiency and growth, but may also cause inequality and exploitation of the weaker sections. Third question, what is justice? Briefly explain 3 principles of justice. Justice means fairness in how people are treated, ensuring that everyone gets what they deserve without discrimination. So it aims to create an equal and fair society. Then comes to the principles of justice. First one, equal treatment for equals. Consider everyone in a society as equal. This justifies equal treatment and equal rights. Everyone should be treated equally without discrimination based on class, caste, religion, race or gender, any kind of discrimination. Okay. So for example, we can say the equal pay for equal work regardless of any kind of discrimination like a caste or gender. So who supported this idea? Jeremy Bentham. So first one is clear, equal treatment for equals. Second one, proportionate equality. Here, consider the equals equally and unequals unequally. The people should be rewarded according to their effort, skill, and risk. Who supported this idea? Thinker Aristotle. Example: more marks or higher rewards for those who put in more effort or take more risk. Third principle: recognition of special needs. This principle of justice is the recognition of special needs of the people while distributing rewards or duties. Society should give extra support to those with special needs or disadvantages, such as poor, differently abled, or marginalized communities. Example: reservations or welfare schemes for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, or differently abled people. Chapter 15: Rights. Explain the relationship between rights and responsibilities or duties. Both rights and duties are connected and they go hand in hand. There are no rights without duties. If we enjoy certain rights, we also have the duty to respect the rights of others. Rights protect our freedom, but they also compel us to think about the common good and act in ways that benefit the society. While enjoying our rights, we must ensure that our actions do not harm others or violate their rights. Example: freedom of speech should not lead to spreading hatred or violence. Then the rights are not absolute. In situations like national security, certain restrictions may be applied, but they should be reasonable and just. Citizens must stay alert to make sure that the government does not misuse the power or unfairly limit the individual rights. So these responsibilities include acting for the welfare of the society, such as planting trees, protecting nature, and promoting peace and justice. Second question: briefly explain different kinds of rights. So the legal rights, rights recognized and enforced by state laws. Within that, we can divide the rights into three, like the political, civil, or economic rights. Political rights include the right to vote, elect the representatives, hold public office, criticize the government, etc. It protects the individual well-being by making the government accountable. Civil rights include the rights related to life, property, and liberty, such as right to a fair trial, protest, freedom of expression, and form association. The civil rights form the foundation of a democratic system. Then comes the economic rights, include the right to work, adequate wages, leisure, and form labor unions or trade unions. So essential for the full exercise of the political rights as they ensure basic needs are met, such as food, shelter, and health. Third question: write a short note on human rights. Human rights belong to everyone. They ensure equality and freedom for all. Became important globally after World War II. The United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. December 10, that's why December 10 is considered as Human Rights Day. They fight discrimination and promote justice. The new rights comes under this category of human rights include the environmental protection, rights in emergency situations. Chapter 16: Citizenship. First question: what are the ways to attain Indian citizenship? It includes by birth, descent, registration, naturalization, and finally the incorporation of a territory. If a new territory joins India, the people there becomes the Indian citizens. Second question: prepare a note on universal citizenship and global citizenship. The first one: universal citizenship. Some people become stateless due to war, famine, or persecution. So citizenship should be given to people who live and work in a country or apply for it. Secondly, the idea of global citizenship. It is an imaginary concept but promotes solving global problems altogether. This idea that all people are part of a global society. It can help address issues like migration and protect basic rights of stateless people. Third question: list out some of the problems faced by refugees. Second part of the question: in what ways could the concept of global citizenship benefit them? So the problems include loss of home and property due to war, famine, or persecution, loss of political identity and citizenship, lack of basic rights like education, health care, and employment, face insecurity and live in difficult conditions in the refugee camps, and often suffer from discrimination and exploitation. Then, how global citizenship can help? The global citizenship promotes the idea that all humans belong to a global community. So it encourages cooperation among countries to solve the refugee problems. It supports fair treatment and security for refugees globally. It helps ensure basic rights and protection for refugees no matter where they live. Chapter 17: Nationalism. First question: what are the factors which help in the formation of nationalism? Explain. First, the shared belief. This belief strengthens the love and sacrifice for the nation, the unity, brotherhood, and patriotism. Second, the history of that particular place or location, where the freedom struggles, the heroes, their collective memories, which creates a common identity. Example, in India, British imperialism played a major role in the rise of nationalism. Thirdly, territory. The ideas like motherland or fatherland promote national unity and love for the country. Fourth, shared political ideals like democracy, secularism, and socialism unite the people. These shared ideals form the political foundation of a nation. Finally, the common political identity. Shared elements like a national flag, national anthem, language, or religion bring people together. In India, English education helped people develop political awareness and unity. Second question, what does homogenizing nationalism promote? The idea of creating one single national identity. It tries to remove the cultural differences within a country. It promotes the dominance of one language, religion, or culture over the others. That's why we are homogenizing, just the opposite of heterogenizing. It encourages diversity and demands uniformity among people. Sometimes it leads to discrimination against minorities by forcing them to follow the majority's way of life. Or we can say sometimes the tyranny of majority. Chapter 18, Secularism. First question, explain the differences between Indian secularism and Western secularism. First, here we are covering the Western secularism. It keeps strict distance between the state and all religion. Religion and state do not interfere in each other's matters, and it focuses mainly on the individual freedom. Here, religion is treated as a private matter and not the part of state policy. So it does not give special protection to the rights of religious minorities. The government does not involve in the religious reforms. It ensures equality among different religious groups. So the religious institutions do not get any kind of financial support from the state. Next, Indian secularism. It allows some interaction between state and religion to maintain harmony in the society. The state may interfere in the religious matters. For what? To ensuring justice and equality. It protects both individual religious freedom and the rights of the religious communities. The religion may have some influence on the state policy. May have. It's a very, very important thing to quote like that. Special consideration is given to the rights of minority communities. The government can support religious reforms to remove certain kind of discriminations that is existing in the society. Ensures equality among different sections within and across the religions. The religious institutions may receive financial support from the state. Question. Indian secularism is subjected to severe criticisms. Explain the criticisms leveled against the Indian secularism. The question is basically about the criticisms of Indian secularism. First, it's anti-religious, because some say the secularism is against religion, but that is not true. Indian secularism supports religious freedom and it's against the religious domination, or not the against religion. It's against religious domination. Second one, Western import. The critics argued that secularism is a Western idea, unsuitable for India. Thirdly, minoritism. Some believe Indian secularism favors the minorities at the cost of others. In reality, minority rights are about ensuring equality, not giving special privileges basically. Interventionist. It is said that the state interferes too much in the religious matter. Fifth, vote bank politics. Fifth, impossible project. Something secularism cannot succeed due to deep religious divisions. However, India has a long history of peaceful coexistence among the different religions. Chapter 19, Peace. First question. Briefly explain contemporary challenges to world peace. First, the unilateral military actions. The powerful countries sometimes take military actions alone without international agreement to meet their own goals, like US interventions in Iraq and Afghanistan. Second, terrorism. The 9/11 attack is a great example for that. Then thirdly, genocide, the mass killing. Genocide means the mass killing of entire communities or ethnic groups that still happens in different regions of the world. Second question, briefly explain different forms of structural violence. First one, the caste system, the exploitation and untouchability. Second, class polarization, the conflicts between organized and unorganized workers, capitalist versus labor class. Thirdly, patriarchy, the female feticide, the discrimination against women, child marriage, dowry, sexual abuse. Fourth, colonialism and imperialism, the political domination leading to structural violence. Example, the Israeli domination over Palestine. Then, racism, oppression and exploitation of one race by the another. Apartheid in South Africa, the Holocaust against the Jews. Sixth one, communalism, the conflicts between the religious groups. The minorities often become victims of these kinds of violences existing in the society. Third question, what are the different approaches to peace? First one, nation states approach. Here every country protects its own power and independence. Peace is kept by balancing power like USA and USSR during the Cold War. Second approach, international order approach. Here countries work together under the global organizations like United Nations. Here focusing on creating a worldwide community to stop wars and promote peace. Third one, interdependence approach. Countries depend on each other by cooperating in trade and development. Explain, the European Union promotes peace among member countries. So these kinds of cooperation brings understanding and reduces the chances of conflict. So three approaches. First one is nation states approach, second international order approach, third one interdependence approach. Here our final chapter, chapter 20, development. First question, prepare a short note on social cost and environmental cost of development. First one, social cost of development. People lose their jobs and means of living due to displacement. Increase in slums as the people move to cities for search of new work or for more work. Traditional skills and crafts are lost over time. Community life is broken, which harms the cultural values. Urbanization and industrialization force people to leave their homes and neighborhoods. Next, environmental cost of development. Increase in pollution, all kinds of like air pollution, sound pollution, water pollution. Then global warming due to industrial activities. Ozone layer getting thinner or ozone layer depletion. Soil pollution affecting the agriculture. Loss of birds, animals, or we can say wildlife. Overuse of non-renewable resources. Large-scale deforestation harming the nature. Second question, what are the few alternative models of development suggested? So here I am covering 5 different development models. First one is right-based model. People should have a say in the decisions that affect their lives. Focus on protecting the rights of vulnerable and displaced people, like the right to livelihood, right to natural resources. Second model, democratic participation model. Here the development should not be top-down. Okay, that means it should not only be decided by the government. It should be bottom-top approach should be there. Local communities should be involved in planning and decision making. So it strengthens the local bodies like panchayat and municipalities. As we are mentioning, it is a decentralized process of governance. Third one, sustainable and eco-friendly model. The development should protect the nature and use renewable resources. That development should meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of the future generation. Right? Promote the activities like rainwater harvesting, solar energy, biogas, composting, and small-scale dams. Fourth one, lifestyle change model. Here we are encouraging the simpler and eco-friendly lifestyles, like reduce the overuse of non-renewable resources. Shift the focus from material wealth to well-being, happiness and harmony. See, it should be like, complete change of this use and through culture kind of. Finally, the decentralized and people-centered model. Use both traditional and